Oh, so the video you're about to... Good morning, by the way. I haven't had my coffee yet. The video that you're about to see was from yesterday. And I used the CRO 505. And I just installed a brand new intake manifold kit from Hughes Engine Performance and VRP plates. And the truck's running freaking amazing with the reseal kit for the intake manifold and the VRP plates. I do notice a big difference, so I'm very excited about that. The only issue is I know there's a lot of loose carbon in this engine, and I know there's a lot of stuff that a engine cleaner, if it really worked and you could tell that it was working in the 10 to 15 minutes that they say to leave the product in, you should see some major discoloration. The issue that I had with this cleaner is that didn't happen. The chlorine type chemical, or whatever, I think they call it, a chlorinated chemical agent, it actually mixed with the oil and turned to this milky color, because the oil that was in the truck was like fresh, brand new, like less than 20 miles on it when I actually decided to do the job. And when I sprayed all the brake clean in the top of the engine, I was trying to clean off around the lifters and scraping layers and vacuuming of carbon build up inside this manifold area, valley of the engine. A lot of it got down inside the oil galleys whenever I sprayed the brake clean to rinse off all the residue. It definitely 100% should have changed the color of how the oil looked. Should have made it way darker, but it didn't. It actually made it milky color. That chlorinated substance mixing with that oil. And yeah, I don't feel like it really did its job. I feel like it smelled great. I actually drove the vehicle with it in down the road 3 or 4 blocks after running for about 10-15 minutes, shut it off, went inside, got my fresh oil and filter and stuff, came back out to the vehicle, and then started it back up, ran it back to the shop, let it run about 10-15 minutes more, going longer because I know how much carbon buildup was in there, and this is what I got. I don't feel like it improved anything. I don't feel like it worked. So in essence of that, I'm going to get some BG EPR, and we're going to run that next in the state that it's in, with the oil being purely fresh, so we can see the difference between the CRO 505 oil treatment engine cleaner and the BG EPR engine cleaner. Here's the video. We tried. Dodge is done. If we can... Did I knew I didn't seat that all the way. It's not on there all the way. Let me put that on there real quick. I'm gonna dump this crap down in the engine. So I just dumped that CR505 stuff in here already, and it smells like tea tree oil and peppermint. It's extremely strong, and it's very thin, like almost like a mineral oil. So I dumped it in there. I don't remember the instructions. How long you're supposed to let it go before. ATS oil system treatment is designed to be added directly to the motor oil. Remove oil cap, pour contents in engine oil, run engine at high idle for 10 or more minutes, then change motor oil and filter. One can treat 4 to 8 quarts of motor oil, cleans carbon deposits from the engine, reducing problems with sticking pistons, sticking lifters, sticking camshaft phasers, sticking oil control valves, sticking timing chain tensioners, restricted oil screens, increases engine performance while reducing engine's oil consumption. So, yeah, it's in there and it's running. I'll probably let it go about 15 minutes.
Man, that stuff really does. It's like a cream color it's coming out. You can just smell it, just reeks. It just freaking reeks of that peppermint smell coming out of that engine. So I don't know, maybe it does work. Maybe it's placebo effect, I don't know. I think this one is an 18 for the drain plug. I said 18, I meant 16. So this officially reseals everything. There's no oil under the truck anymore. There's no trans leaking. There's no engine leaking. Everything has been resealed on this engine. Looks like milkshake. The oil that we're going to put back in this, we're going to give her a nice fresh treatment of the Valvoline high mileage max life technology. This stuff has got a ton of moly in it and zinc. And this truck will really use it right now. So let's start this thing up and see what we got. PCV squeak. See? Something on this side is leaking. I got an exhaust manifold leak over here. It's quiet. Likes that Pennzoil. Not Pennzoil, Valvoline. Look from the outside, it's all rusty and stuff. And then you look inside and everything's brand new. Trans is brand new, the exhaust, engine's all been resealed, been gone through. Well, you got most of the shit on the inside out. Just gotta vacuum the floor a little bit and she'll be ready for work use.
So although placebo effect would lead me to believe that there was probably some cleaning done, I didn't see it in the color of the oil. If you're breaking down oil, and I don't know if the CRO 505 turns the oil into like a creamy color or something like that, because this brand new oil that was in there that I dumped it into, and I let it run for almost 30 minutes, you would expect it to get somewhat dark, and it really didn't get dark at all. It just took that brand new clear looking oil and turned it into creamy looking oil from the chlorinated substance that was in it, which leads me to believe it actually didn't really clean out anything inside that engine. So the second part of this test would be get some BG EPR and run that through this engine, and let's see if it actually changes the color from a new looking oil to a dirty oil, and then we could physically see some cleaning effect. Now, I did see some people, especially one guy, watch Scotty Kilmer using CRO 505, which most of the things that he say when it comes to chemicals that they work, it's not actually true. They don't work in a lot of instances, and this is one of the chemicals that he endorsed. And I seen another guy that was watching him that got the idea to use the CRO 505, and he was like, "Oh, let me check the tops of my pistons and stuff and see if the CRO 505 is working." People don't even know how this stuff works. Oil doesn't get on top of your pistons unless it's from blow-by and stuff like that, and it definitely ain't going to be doing any kind of cleaning to the extent of you being able to see carbon deposits are missing. This stuff only works in the crankcase in areas where oil gets up around the skirt of the piston, around the oil control rings as it's scraping the cylinder walls, rotating assembly up in the valley of the engine, around the lifters, push rods, rockers, things like this. It doesn't get in the combustion chamber unless it's from the blow-by process, or you have bad oil control rings, which sure it can get up in there, but is it going to do any kind of noticeable cleaning effect? No, because it's a combustion process that happens on top of that piston, and it would burn off or disrupt any kind of cleaning that would normally be happening. So it was kind of silly to go back and see, oh, it's the cleaning the top of my pistons. This is not a fuel cleaner. This is an oil treatment cleaner. And maybe the guy used a fuel cleaner and he just didn't really specify all that well, and that's why he was going back, but he was showing the oil treatment cleaner. So I don't feel like it did very much. I don't feel like it did very much. It's just my thoughts on it. I didn't see any kind of discoloration change, and there's quite a bit of carbon that has to be washed out of that still, and I didn't get that from CRO 505. So back to BGEPR it is, and we'll test that because I 100% know that stuff works. Y'all be blessed, take care, and have a great day. By the way, the Valvoline 5W or 10W30 high mileage, primo stuff. That engine really runs smooth with that stuff. Check it out, guys. Be blessed. I love y'all. Be nice. Don't be mean. There's no reason for it. Takes too much energy to be mean. Have a great day.